Hi, I'm Covert Bailey. I'm embarrassed about this business. Did the Russians interfere in our election? There are people who still go around asking, did they really do it? Did they prove it? It's ridiculous. Of course they did. They've been doing it for 30 years. When the Soviet Union collapsed, and it was this big, and then zoom, now it's just Russia. When it collapsed, that was in 1991, in case you want to date yourself. When it collapsed, somehow the really, really rich guys in Russia realized that if you make a movie, you can make a movie that has kind of a subtle implication to it, and yet people will watch it because they like it. Okay, so they started doing that, and the really rich guys over there bought the TV stations and hired really, really good movie producers and movie directors, and then say, okay, I want you to make a movie that everyone in Russia will like it, they'll really enjoy it, but it makes America look bad. How do you do that? Well, just as an example, you remember Al Capone and how he was this great, horrible crook? Well, they could make it look like in a movie that Americans actually liked Al Capone and that we respected him, so that you could still make a good movie and everyone in Russia would enjoy watching the movie. It was a thriller, killer, and so on. But by the time the movie's over, people are thinking, boy, those are Americans. I wouldn't want to live over there in that country. Okay, the Russians learned how to do that. And they thought, well, gee, why don't we send a guy who speaks perfect Polish, send him over to Poland and see if we can get him. And so you send him over there, and a guy who's really good at writing, and he makes friends with some guy on a newspaper, and he gets the guy to write an article that has a certain social twist to it or whatever. They did it in Poland, they've done it in Germany, and they've done it in the United States, and they've been doing it. And guess what? We're better at it than they are. Everybody thinks, oh, the Russians are trying to manipulate our media. How do you think we totally changed Iran? That's why the Ayatollah Khomeini in Iran hates it so much, is because we put CIA operatives in Iran 30 years ago that slowly but surely got the duly elected president of Iran kicked out. And the Shah, which is another word for king over there, he was there all along. And the Shah said, I had better take over. Well, why did we do that? Because the Shah said, I favor America and I'm willing to sell the oil in Iran to America. Whereas the duly elected president of the country that we wanted to kick out, he wasn't in favor of the United States. So we've been doing it for 20, 30 years, for crying out loud. Why do you think that they were American Indians talked about the white man as white man speaks with forked tongue? It's because we made deals with the Indians who say, well, you can live here, and after we made the deal, we broke the treaty that we made with the Indians. We've done it over and over and over. So stop asking yourself, did the Russians interfere in our election? Because it's obvious. Of course they did. Now, did they favor any one person? I don't know. I'm not that good at it. All I know is that they were here, and they did it, and they will do it again and again, just as we do.